All right, good morning again. We are streaming live on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your right hands. Do you swear or affirm that the information contained on your application for court-appointed counsel, as well as any information given to this court, will be true and correct, so help you? If so, say I do. Thank you. Please put your hands down. This is your first appearance before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. We are not here to try your case or to take a plea. You are here for the court to inform you of the charges against you, to advise you of certain rights, to set bail on those offenses for which the court is authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing for some of you, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding and any other proceedings may be used against you if this case goes to trial. During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights. First, you have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Then, you have the right to indictment by grand jury for felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury. You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you. You also have the right to compel the attendance of your own witnesses by the use of subpoenas. You have the right to offer testimony and evidence should you choose to do so. However, should you choose not to, no presumption of your guilt may be raised based on your willingness or assertion of your right to remain silent. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. At this point, I am appointing an attorney to each of you for your representation. However, you always have the right at later dates to hire your own counsel or to represent yourself. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds pending the prosecution of your case while your case is getting ready to go to trial or prepare for a plea. This bond can be cash, commercial, or property. If you choose to post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of cash with any applicable fees to the sheriff's office, who will hold that bond until your case is resolved. Once your matter is resolved, the cash bond will be returned to the person who posted the bond on your behalf. You may also use a commercial bonding company who makes up to 15% of the bond as their fee for your release. This commercial bonding fee will not be returned. Please do not ask the court how much your bond will be for the bonding company, and the bond fee changes depending on what company you decide to use. You could also opt to use a property bond, which is as long as you have equity in property that's 3 times the amount of bond, you can use property for your release. So for example, if I give you a bond of $2,000, your property must have equity at least $6,000 to qualify for a property bond. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from going around certain places or certain people, and you will be made known of those conditions today. Everyone else, at minimum, will have the condition that you shall not violate any laws while out on bond. Should you violate these special bond conditions, the bond will be revoked, and you will not be entitled to another bond while awaiting trial. Additional charges of aggravated stalking or influencing or intimidating a witness could be brought against you, where you would face up to 10 years in jail and a $20,000 fine. If you have friends, family members, or somebody that's watching who will be assisting you with posting bond today, that person should wait at least 3 hours from the conclusion of this calendar before attempting to post your bond, because it does take some time to process paperwork. If a friend, family member, or other person is the alleged victim in this matter, he or she will not be allowed to post your bond, as I have put a no contact order in place for all victims. Some of you are charged with offenses for which the court is not authorized to set your bond. In that situation, your bond hearing will be scheduled for a later date. If you are currently on active probation, the court is not authorized to set a bond in your case. In that situation, your bond will be considered at your preliminary hearing. Preliminary hearings will be scheduled for anybody automatically who has a felony charge. However, if you have misdemeanor charges only, you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine if there is enough probable cause or evidence to hold you until your case goes to trial. As stated, if you have misdemeanors, you can waive that preliminary hearing and you will sign your waiver today and your next court date will come in the mail. If you bond out, you will automatically be waiving your preliminary hearing. We will call the calendar in order of female inmates first, followed by male inmates. When I call your name, please come forward and we will proceed as quickly, efficiently, and professionally as possible. Thank you. First, we have Melissa Bromfeld. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You are charged with battery and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Understand your charges?
Can you repeat what you just said?
Your charges are battery and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Do you understand your charges?
I don't understand.
It is alleged that you did engage in a physical altercation with your boyfriend, Desmond Orlando Gardner, at the incident location, which is 1003 Bellevue Way, that you proceeded to hit the victim on his face with a hair iron, causing bruises on his mouth and right eye area. Due to you committing your actions, you were placed in custody and transported to the Clayton County Detention Center. Nothing further. $3,500 on the battery charge. I have not the cruelty to children charge. You are to stay away from Desmond Gardner, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
No, Your Honor.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you. This is a misdemeanor offense. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. If you are bonded out by your next court date, they will bring you over for your arraignment date. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please make sure you sign the waiver.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next should be Melissa Maitland. Ma'am, you are charged with battery, criminal trespass, simple battery, and simple assault. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Your bond is $20,000, and you should hear from Jessica Ussery and not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
I don't know what the percentage of that is. What would that be?
These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a thank you. Next, we will have Kimberly Painburn.
Judge.
Hi, give me one moment. Ma'am, you are charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Not exactly, Your Honor.
It is alleged that you stayed for a full week without pay at the In-Town Suites located at 7021 Terra Boulevard, in which management offered you up to 12:01 p.m. to pay the balance or leave the premises, that you pay the balance courts and refused to leave, that you were given some time to pack your belongings or get charged and go to jail, that you were told multiple times by law enforcement to vacate the premises, that you refused to bring your items outside the room and failed to have someone pick you up, and that this happened in Clayton County, Georgia. Your bond is $3,500. You shall not return to the town suite at 7021 Sarah Boulevard, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I don't understand what a preliminary hearing is and what it means to waive it.
Okay, since you do not understand, I find that you can't make a non-waiver. I'll go ahead and set you down for 3/9/21 at 8 a.m. in courtroom 201. I have a attorney to represent you. He or she can speak with you and explain to you further about the preliminary hearing and decide at the appropriate time whether or not you should waive it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, have a good day, ma'am. Thank you. Next should be Tanika Sheffield. You were charged with reckless conduct, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and interference with custody. Do you understand your charges?
No, not really.
It is alleged that January 23rd that you did pick up juvenile, I'm not going to read the name, from a residence of Carrington Park in Jonesboro, Georgia, which is located in Clayton County, Georgia. That you drove this juvenile on a Lyft ride to a gas station on Starks Road in Hope Hill, Alabama. That the juvenile messaged you stating she is 15 years old and is running away due to abuse. That she is actually 10 years old and was wearing a My Little Pony onesie pajama. That you did contribute to the delinquency of a minor by taking her from her home, knowing she was not an adult. That you also interfered with the custody of the juvenile as she left without the consent of her parents. That you did leave the juvenile at an out-of-state gas station, endangering her safety, which is an unjustifiable risk. The only reason you have a bond, ma'am, is because these are misdemeanor offenses. Your bond is $30,000. You are to stay away from this minor, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to bond, ma'am?
Yes, it depends on how much it is.
It's $30,000.
I know, I mean, how much, it'd be to pay. So yeah, I'll get somebody to look at it.
Okay, these are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I don't really understand it, so I don't want to say yes or no.
I understand, ma'am. Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. As explained earlier, you do have a court-appointed attorney representing you, so you can speak to your lawyer about whether or not you want to go ahead and move forward with the waiver, or if you want to go forward and have a preliminary hearing. But I have set you down for your preliminary hearing. Okay, ma'am?
And you said it's March what? I'll get that paperwork.
Excuse me?
Would I get the paperwork telling me the date when I get
I'm telling you it now, ma'am. Usually the jail provides you with something to make sure that you can notate your court date. It's going to be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 1.
March 9th. Okay.
Yes,
so if I'm able to pay my bond, okay, never mind. I get it. Okay.
It's okay. Were you about to ask if you pay the bond, are you waiving it?
No, I still don't get it. That's why I can get the lawyer that you guys are gonna give me, but I'm probably gonna get my own lawyer too, just so I can really understand it, because I don't understand all this legal stuff. I don't understand it.
I understand. Most people don't, because most people are not lawyers. So
Yeah.
I get it. So that makes sense. But if you do bond out, you will be waiving your preliminary hearing, just so you know.
Okay, so that means I will still come in March 9th. That's what you're saying.
If you bond out, you're going to be waiving it. So no, you won't come on March 9th. If you don't bond out, then your next court date will be March 9th. But you have a lawyer that's coming to speak with you until you hire your own counsel. He or she advise you to waive it sooner, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
My list shows that that's all of our ladies. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Thank you. Next, we should have Corey Clark.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Give me one moment. Mr. Clark, you are charged with interference with custody. Do you understand your charge?
Yes.
Your bond is $5,000. Condition of your bond, you must stay away from Cassidy Clark and Erica Mintz, and you must not violate any laws on out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Um, mm, um, mm, uh, can I, no.
Okay. This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day. Next should be Kiera's Crawford.
Yes, ma'am.
So you were charged with battery. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. You shall stay away from Erica Zamaya. You shall not return to 5771 Trammell Road in Morrow, Georgia, apartment H. It was indicated that that is your residence, as you can go back with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property to live or for any other reason until this matter is resolved or until it's by another judge. You must also not violate any laws of out on bond. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to make bond?
No.
This is a misdemeanor offense. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Since you have to get a new address to get your personal belongings, make sure you have an updated address on file for the court to send you your court date. Okay, sir? Thank you. Julius Evans.
Yes, sir.
You charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, sir.
Your bond is $1,500 and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Sure, at the moment.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Have a good day, sir.
Ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Have a good day. Your next court date will come in the mail.
Thank you.
Thomas Fan.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. You are charged with simple battery. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. You should stay away from Onyedike Achike, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
I think I do. You see, I'm not from here. I'm in the middle of traveling.
Okay, so please sign your waiver. Your next court date will be sent to your address on file, okay?
It'll be sent to Alaska?
Wherever your address is, sir, that's where your court date will be sent.
And then I gotta come back to Georgia from Alaska to go to court?
You have to speak with your lawyer about that, sir. Your lawyer may be able to resolve that for you. So your lawyer may be able to work out a way for you to get this resolved returning from Alaska. I'm just telling you right now, you will get a court notice. The court notice will compel you to appear, but your lawyer will speak with you about other options you have that may help you if you have, cost too much to come back for court. Your lawyer will be able to work something out for you. That's why we do appoint everybody and attorney through this. Okay, sir?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Don't forget to sign your waiver. Desmond Gardner.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were charged with battery and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. I have denied the cruelty to children charge, the cruelty to children charge. So you no longer have that charge, but you do still have the battery charge that you have to reconcile. Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Ms. Bromfeld. You shall not return to 1003 Villa View Way in Hampton, Georgia. It was indicated on the documentation that is your residence. As such, you may return with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property for any other purpose, including to live there, until this matter is resolved, until that condition is modified by another judge, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you able to make bond?
I could get someone to bond me out, Your Honor, as soon as possible.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Well, I have some money on my card where I could get to bail, probably halfway to bail myself out.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. My question is, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day, Mr. Gardner.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Curtis Griffith.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. You are charged with battery. Do you understand your charge?
I understand.
Your bond is $3,500. You're to from Mary Griffith. You shall not return to 6852 Maddox Road, Morrow, Georgia. It was indicated that that is your shared residence. As such, you may return with a shared escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. However, you cannot go back to that property without a shared escort for any other purpose, including to live there, until this matter is resolved, until this condition is modified by another judge, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Are you able to make bond?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Armani Hickson.
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with theft by taking and entering an automobile. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $20,000. You shall pay from Frederick Moyle and Brandy Landers, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yeah, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 15th at 8 a.m. as these are felony charges. Your next court date will be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. McDaniel should be next.
Oh, can we do him last, John?
Mr. McDaniel? Yes.
Thank you. Nicholson.
Caesar Mickerson?
Person, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mickerson, you were charged with improper solicitation of money. Please put your mask over your face, sir. It does not help you if you don't have it covered.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize.
No worries. You were charged with improper solicitation of money. Do you understand your charge?
It's basically panhandling.
So you do understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
What happens if I waive my preliminary hearing?
I've already explained that to you, sir. I'm not going to go back over it. It sounds like you do not quite understand. As such, I'm going to go ahead and set you down for a preliminary hearing for March 9th
No,
at
I'll
8
wait.
a.m. in room 201.
I'll
I
wait.
have attorney. Please don't interrupt me, sir. I'm not going to interrupt you. Please don't interrupt me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a question when I'm done, you can definitely ask it. But what I was saying was, I went ahead and out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to set you down for a preliminary hearing. However, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. He or she will speak with you about whether or not it makes sense to move forward with that preliminary hearing or to execute a waiver. So I can't give you that advice at this time. So because you're not sure or not fully understanding it, I'm going to go ahead and set you down for a preliminary hearing, and your attorney will help you decide if they want to move forward with that hearing or if they want to waive it. Now, did you have something you wanted to share with me, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I start a job on Monday, and if I'm incarcerated on Monday, I won't be able to start my job. I just got this job after 4 or 5 months of unemployment. I'd like to be able to be released and go to work on Monday.
Right, sir. I have set a bond for you at $500. I tried to give you a nominal bond based on the charges. So there's nothing else I could do in terms of the bond, sir.
I don't have the money to pay the bond.
I do understand, sir. It is the policy of this court pursuant to directives from Chief Magistrate Court Keisha Wright Hill that we do not provide OR bonds in this matter. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. He or she can make a bond request or make any kind of application, but I do not have the authority to give you an OR bond. I've given you a very low bond. So you can possibly try to make it happen. I do understand, sir, but that's the best I'm able to do. You know what I'll do, Mr. Merkerson? I'll even reduce your bond to $100. I cannot give you an OR bond. So that's the lowest I'm able to go on this charge. My prayers that you're able to find somebody to assist you with this. That's the lowest I can go, because I do understand that you just got a job. I want you to be able to get there. But like I said, it's our policy of our chief judge not to allow OR bonds. So you have to come up with some kind of way to make this $100 bond, sir. But I do wish you well. I set you down for your next court date. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Randall Pino should be next.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're charged with driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge?
Yes,
Your bond is $1,500, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
no,
What was that?
no, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes,
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. In the event that you have not bonded out, they will bring you over for your first court date. Okay, sir?
yes.
Thank you. You're welcome. Tydarius Rudolph.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Rudolph, you're charged with driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $1,500, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rashad Sanders. Mr. Sanders, you're charged with theft by tape. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $2,000, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Not at this time.
Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, no, not at this time, ma'am.
Your charge is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, wait.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. In the event that you have not bonded out, we'll bring you up for your first court date, okay?
Okay, I have one question. When you waive, how long do you appeal? How long would it be?
Usually between 7 and 10 days, they do an arraignment. Usually, if you're in jail on that. Obviously, with COVID, things are a little bit different, but that's usually how long it takes once you wait to get you up in front of a judge.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. Christopher Smith.
How you doing, man?
I'm well, how are you?
I've been better.
Yes, sir, I understand. Sir, you're charged with obstruction of an officer, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, a felony of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, and theft by receiving stolen property. Do you understand the charges?
May you read them over again, please? May you go over it one more time, please?
You're charged with obstruction of an officer, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, and a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. You're also charged with theft by receiving stolen property. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $19,000 and you must not violate any laws of out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
$19,000 for all of my charges?
Excuse me?
Yes, I'm not able to make a bond, no, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Snowden. Deputy Jameson, while he's coming up, you know, see those court appointed forms, y'all gonna send them over with the waivers.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Could you say that one more time?
I was saying, I never received those forms. Are you gonna send them over with the waivers?
I'm sorry. I thought I had sent them already. I'll send them again. It might not went through correctly.
No worries, you can just send them with the waivers. I just wanted to make sure somebody knew I didn't receive them yet.
Yes, ma'am. I'll make sure you get it.
Thank you. Mr. Snowden, you're charged with criminal trespass and battery. Do you understand your charges?
Ma'am.
What was that? I'm sorry, sir.
I said yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $7,000, excuse me. Excuse me, Mr. Snowden. Your bond is $7,000. You shall stay away from Kahira Stevens. You shall not return to 3196 Mount Zion Road, apartment 1312, Bridge, Georgia. It was indicated that this is a shared residence with you and Ms. Stevens. As such, you can return with a sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. You may not return to this property without a sheriff's escort for any purpose, including to live there, until the matter is resolved or until this condition is modified by another judge. You must also not violate any laws on bond. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question, ma'am.
Well, I have one more question for you, then you can ask your question, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able, actually I have two more questions, then you can ask your question. My question is, are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
And then since these are misdemeanor offenses, do you waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what was your question?
As far as the residence, it was indicated as a shared residence, but I'm sure she went back to her mom's house. Would that still be, would I be eligible to go back to my residence?
No, sir, but as I've stated, I've already appointed you an attorney, so share that with your lawyer, because if she's not there anymore, certainly we don't want you to be homeless, right? So if she's not there and nobody's there, I don't know how you would know that because you can't have contact with her, but speak with your lawyer. You and your lawyer can talk to the judge about, or another judge about potentially modifying those conditions. But based on the allegations, it is our policy to make sure that we put in place for the safety of everybody, including yourself. Okay, sir?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day, sir.
You as well.
Rodney Washington. Mr. Washington, you were charged with a felony count of theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $6,500. You are not to return to the Walmart on Riverdale Road or Highway 85 in Riverdale, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you going to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Okay, sir? Have a good day. Ramahud York.
Ramad York, yes, ma'am.
Ramad York.
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with a brake light violation, reckless driving, improper or erratic lane change, two for conditions, fleeing from a police officer, hit and run causing an accident, a felony count on violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, use or possession of drug-related objects, officer, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Do you understand your charges, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $24,500. You shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
I'm going to call the bondsman company.
All right. Your next court date is March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. We have to do Mr. McDaniel next. B. Jameson, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you're charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. You're Mr. McDaniel, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with possession of a firearm by a felon and a felony count of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Do you understand your charge, Mr. McDaniel?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $20,000 and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date is going to be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Have a good day, sir. Is that all you have, Deputy?
Yes, Your Honor, that's gonna be the last person that I have.
Okay, same here. Have a good day. I'll be looking for those documents as soon as you can get them over, and we'll keep on moving. You have a good day, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.